Alright, this is going to be kind of an out of character kind of season 8, what's going to happen in ARCSOA for season 8 thing video. First off, I know you guys all love the changes I'm making. No, I know you guys all hate it. But so I'm going to tell you this flat out. Don't expect a NASCAR league out of ARCSOA anymore. I know it kind of was a NASCAR league. However, I am kind of getting annoyed with it, the NASCAR league aspect of it, and it is very, very, just time consuming. Not time consuming, but very annoying to me because if you look at it, look at the car we've got now, the, 2012 Cup mod. I think it's too wide. And I remember in Season 2, we had an ARCSOA race at Ohio Motor Speedway, and it was actually pretty good, wise. The race was crash-wise. You can see lately with this new wide car that you're seeing a lot more crashes this year, and I know there have been a lot of complaints about them. That's why I want to go to a smaller car. Now you're probably saying, well, F1 fan, why are you not going to the, '07 mod? Well, there's a reason for that. Because I want to I want this to be recognized for something that it's not NASCAR. I don't want it to be a NASCAR ripoff anymore, where you're using the exact same paint schemes. That's why I'm incorporating new mods into this. Because, you know what? I kind of want ARCSOA to be known for itself and not for its relationship to NASCAR and using NASCAR cars and everything. So I still have not. I think I've narrowed it down to one mod. I'm not ready to announce it yet because I got to build up the storyline somehow. But like I said, before we even get into what's going to happen for season 7 or E8, season 8. I just wanted you guys to know this isn't a NASCAR league. So if you're coming, if you want a NASCAR league, there are plenty of other good ones out there. The Sony Cup Series is doing quite well with Fuel 83 running it. With is his account the Fuel 83? I think it is the Fuel 83. Covering it. I would strongly suggest people to go there. His coverage of the race is getting better from what it was. So, yeah. So just yeah. If you're like I said, if you're looking for a NASCAR league, you can just turn this video off right now because you're probably not in the right place. And there are about 50 or 60 NR 2003 leagues that are NASCAR based. So. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, you can close the video now if you don't want a NASCAR, if you want a NASCAR league, because ARCSOA is not going to be that. Alright, to everyone that has actually stayed on to this video so long, to all 5 of you that are there, we're going to go into kind of what ARCSOA is going to look like next season, and there will be some radical changes. And I know this will work, because I have a lot of motivation for this. Essentially the team structure. One thing I've wanted to do is cut the car counts in ARCSOA. I don't want 37, 38. I don't want 27, 28 cars on the field, and I would only feel like it'd get bigger. So I'm limiting the car count to 24. And with that, we will be having teams. We will be having a team-based championship, kind of like the Constructors' Championship in Formula 1. However, it's a bit different. These teams will consist of 2 cars, kind of like the Constructors' Championship. And, it's just another title that you're going to be fighting for. However, each manufacturer with these 2 cars, there will be, of course, 4 manufacturers. And, as you know, there isn't a lot of brand identity in 2 of the mods I'm going to use. So, yeah, that's going to be an issue. So, what you're going to see is a certain amount of teams, and I'm not sure about 24 yet. 2 cars, a certain amount of teams for each manufacturer. So there will be 4 manufacturers. If I use the 2 non-brand identity cars, and then the 4th one would be Jaguar on the Trans Am mod, which is pretty cool. But other than that, you've got a lot of situational matter with this, and you can build up a storyline easy. So what would happen would be there would be a factory team for each squadron, for each manufacturer. The factory team gets all the high-end equipment that the other teams would leave behind, or that they'll get all the high-end equipment. So, with that being said, of course the manufacturers will have 3 cars. I'm sorry if I said 2 earlier. The team would have 3 cars and 3 drivers, and there would be a lead driver, a second driver, and a third driver. Those 3 drivers, if you are the lead driver, if you get hired on as a lead driver, you will be have a ratings boost, and I'll get into the rating system in a bit. But the factory team will have a ratings boost over the secondary team. The secondary team will be a team that will have a bit of a ratings deduction. These are going to be where I'm going to put a lot of the rookies and a lot of the drivers who don't do that well in the championship that are coming back. And I do admit that I don't think there's going to be a lot of people signing up for ARCSOA Season 8 because I'm changing this, and this is a transition period, and not a lot of people know that this is going to work. So I will input some of my drivers, some fictional drivers, into those cars that you will have to deal with. Also, the major changes, ARCSOA will be going to a full name basis where it's not going to be your YouTube username anymore, which is something I've wanted to do for probably about 5 seasons now, was do that. And your driver will still keep its history as if it was its username. However, we would change, but instead of going by your username, you'd go by an actual name or a fictitious racing pseudonym or something like that, or have a fake driver on all in general. So anyway, after that is said and done, yeah. Now comes the rating system. And if you don't have NR 2003, which I don't think a lot of you don't have it, there are 8 driver ratings categories. The 8 categories are short track speedways, road courses, and super speedways, and 1 block, and then the other 4 would be aggression, consistency, qualifying, and finishing. You will pick your a ratings thing that you can fall into. The ratings will go as I will post a ratings guide in a YouTube video or something when Season 8 draws closer. So, you don't really have to worry about that yet. So, yeah. But there will be ratings, and like I said, if it will go off of like an A, B, C, D, E, F scale or something like that, or A, B, C, D scale. So, yeah, just expect that. And your driver, and the ratings that will go into those scales will decrease depending on what position you're in. The third major change, even though I think this is more than 3 changes, but the third major change is ARCSOA will be a partial open enrollment. Meaning, I will assign drivers to the top tier teams, and I will give contracts off via YouTube PM as it draws closer, as the teams are named. And there will be team names and stuff, so it's not just going to be like Roush Racing or Hendrick. No, I tried doing that, and it just makes me unmotivated. So, yeah, just, it won't be that. There will actually be genuine names here, so don't expect that. Actual original names. And I will even give you guys the chance to run a team, but you've got to actually have a legitimate team basis. And if you want that, you can PM me in the little message box thingy on in the top right corner, saying or go to my channel and message me. Don't type in the comments or anything, because I probably am only gonna leave like two team spots open for that. So they have to have 3-car operation or something, and it'll guarantee you a ride in ARCSOA at least. The fourth change is I finally get to do this, run the ARCSOA Light series, and let's just say it won't be using the same mod I'm using for the Elite series, but it will use it'll use a different mod, but it will use a non-NASCAR based mod, and that's for if for some reason ARCSOA gets more people than I originally thought it would. I could just throw all the people that either didn't do well or wanted to get in late in there into the Light series. So if you're interested in ARCSOA, please PM me. That if you have never been involved in a full season, if you've been involved in a half season like or in a race, not half season, but in a race like Billy Bishop did, that's fine by me. I mean, still PM me, but to see if you're interested in a full-time ride. But yeah, ARCSOA is going to change, including the other major thing that's going to change is we're getting a new point system, one that's based on an IndyCar Formula 1 mix kind of point system, where once again I'm going to season 3 it up here, but this point system I think will actually work, and we'll have not all cars get points, but I like that idea where you only like the top 12 or something would get points. So yeah, so like I said, ARCSOA's changing, and yeah, thanks for listening to me talk. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. If I am, message me, and if you got any questions, type a comment in there, and I'll try and get back to you as quick as I can, because I do frequently check my videos to see comments, and mainly see fuel comment in random videos, such as like, these were the good old days in ARCSOA Season 2 round of like Mosport or something. So, yeah, I will get back to you as quick as I can, and you know what? I think that is it.